Hi, my name is Adam and welcome back to April's Flowers What's Next. We are not only going to use our flowers, but we're going to create the vessel. The vessel is going to be this yarn broken egg that you and your family are going to love to do. Let's get started with the fun part. Bring the kids in, do this as a group, do this as a family activity. It's going to be extremely messy, but so much fun. So let's see what we have. I covered the table with just some plastic because I don't want to clean up a mess we're about to create. So we need the table covered. I just have a little vase here. You can use a bowl, you can use a plastic storage, whatever you have, just shallow and enough for us to mix the glue. A balloon already blown up because this is going to give us our egg shape. And then water, and we have some really colorful yarn. So it's Easter, let's bring in a lot of color, let's have a moment. And then I have a little plastic dish. You can use a saucer or another bowl. This is for when we're done covering it with the yarn. We don't want it to be laying on the counter. We want to get air all around it so it dries a little bit faster. So then we're going to place it onto a dish so air can get all around. All right. That's all we have. Let's get started. And of course the Elmer's glue. What I do, this is not science. I don't know the ratio. I do it by eye. Pour some glue into the dish. Do you see it's a little bit thicker, so we want to thin it out. And that's what we have some water for. You're gonna have to play with it. I just use a little bit of water. And then, let me get this all together before I get my hands dirty, and that's why I have gloves on. I'm going to take this and tie it to the top of the balloon. So we already have an anchor attached. So we don't have to worry about that. All right, so we're attached. And then just rub your hands in there and just mix this up. Mix the water in so we just dilute the glue a little bit. So we have it not be so mucky. And it's kind of gross actually, but it's okay. It's going to make the project. This is the kids are going to love. All right, I think that's good. What we want to do, the purpose of that is to get glue on the yarn. So I'm going to run the yarn through the glue and just put a big pile of the yarn on the table. So the yarn has a bit of glue attached to it. So that way it'll harden when it's time to make the arrangement. And just go ahead and grab a bunch. And you can already see the mess it is making on the table. This is why it's important to cover your stuff. All right, I have a pretty good pile. Next, we're gonna take the balloon. And a trick that I do is I just take a little bit of glue on my hands and I just kind of rub it slightly over the balloon, because what this will do is make that a little bit tacky, so then the yarn will not slide at all. It doesn't have to be completely covered, just enough on there so it'll grab. Then you're going to take the yarn and just whatever way you want, wrap the balloon. Just wrap, 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 wrap. And you could see it has different design. The purpose is you just want to make sure you cover this completely in yarn. You can certainly leave it where you have some balloon showing, but we really want to make sure that the nest is completely covered. So it's going to take you a little bit. Just keep going with the yarn and you're going to cover this. It'll take about 48 hours for it to completely dry, so do this way in advance. And again, I think this is going to be so much fun for the family. All right, I'm going to put this away and get the one that we already did. It has dried. It is hard now. Do you see how much yarn is actually on the balloon? And as you can see, you still see some of the purple balloon coming through. That is perfectly okay. The next part is to pop the balloon inside and hopefully this will stay shaped. So you're just gonna take it and pop it. That's a cool noise, isn't it? And look at the balloon stayed completely in shape. This is where I spooled all the yarn around. We're gonna cut this off. Don't need that. And if you lose little pieces, it's perfectly okay. We have plenty around. Like this is the end. I'm just gonna chop those off. All right. Now we're gonna make the A shape. We wanna make sure that it's cracked, so we're just gonna go in with your scissors and just cut it around. And just keep doing that till it's all completed. This is going to make the happiest of Easter decor in your home. And the best part is you did it with your family and it was a group activity. Perfect. How cool is that, right? Looks just like an Easter egg. This is going to be the top. We're going to use that. You can see the balloon is still in there, so let's pop that out. But very, very cool. We're going to add some flowers and it is going to be absolutely perfect. All right, I've already separated our bouquet and we have to line this with something. So what I did is I just have a vase. You can use a cup. You can use whatever you already have. I did put a piece of floral foam in there. You don't have to. I did, so I have control on where the flowers are going to be pulling out of the arrangement. Remember, if you use floral foam, which you can get at the store or online, you don't put water over it, you just let it slowly go down into the water. We've done that in a lot of videos, so I know you already know. But I just have foam, and this is going to go right in to the egg. How cute, right? And let's start our flowers. So I would like this to be some height, so we're going to add our ruscus in, coming out. And do you see by having that foam in there, the ruscus will stay exactly where you want it to stay. And we really want these flowers just to be pouring out of the egg. So we have the ruscus, and now let's add our lily. Cut that. I like that to kind of go over the egg a little bit. Next we have these gorgeous yellow buttons. So I'm going to do these so they are all around the design. So that way you can see the design from every angle and there's a beautiful floral moment happening. And don't think that you have to have flowers to match your yarn exactly. If we were doing this for a wedding or something that was specific, then yes, but this is Easter and it's colorful and it's childlike and it's fun, so make sure you just bring the color in. Now we have some white ones. We're going to do the same thing. Actually, I'm going to take one, put it over on this side, take the other, put it there, because we already have the white in the center, and I'm going to take this and give us a little bit of height coming out of the top. All right, I think it's coming together quickly. It was the whole making the egg that took a minute. Now we have gorgeous white roses. So I'm going to put these around to give a statement. You always want your moments of expensive flowers, whether it's a rose or a lily, to have its own real estate in the design so it really shows out. We have a third one I'm going to put in the back because this will balance out that lily in the front. How cute is it becoming already? So easy. It's a great shape. Now we have our spray roses. Usually we cut these apart because we use them in a lot of different things, but because the foam is way down there, we're going to keep it whole this time. So I'm going to cut it, and I really want it to come all the way up. So we have this rose moment happening at the top. It's explosion. And we have the lemonium. This I'm going to cut in pieces. And here's a little trick on this. If you're going to use this within the next 48 hours, this really doesn't have to be deep in water because it'll dry looking like this. So if you cut it a little bit too short, you can kind of just place it in between the stems and it'll hold perfectly. So don't worry about that. And you just put this around to add a little whimsy to the design. And I think this will be absolutely perfect for any event. So we have our arrangement. You have the top. You can do the top off to the side. You could do the top like this so it shows. Whatever you like, you can do. I have tried it with flowers in the top, and I didn't love it because I don't want to lose the fact that this is a broken egg, so I kind of just love it off to the side like this or like that. I think for our sake, we're going to do it like that. But here is a beautiful moment that you can create with your family. A little bit messy, but well worth it. Have a lovely Easter, and we will see you next month.